Hope this works. Oh, change that. All right. So far, so good. That all looks in order. This is looking good too. I'm about the right size for the box in the corner. Can I move myself a little bit? Whatever. That's fine. Hello. Good evening. I'm gonna switch to this. I have to shave. I also got new hair color while we're at it. I got a lot of work done today on album stuff, but that's not what I want to show you. I also spent some time making a really cool patch in Ableton Sampler, and I wanted to give it away, and I want to show you what it can do because it's really cool. The idea is that this patch is sort of like a super saw preset, but the thing is, since it's sample based, it's not going to kill your CPU. Though I've added so many additional features that now it kind of is back at killing your CPU. I'm just making sure everything looks good in terms of the stream. Let me know if you can hear this beautiful saw. How is the volume to speech? Everything okay? Nice. Okay, cool. All right. I want to show you what I got here. So I spent some time bouncing out individual saw samples from different like recorded analog synths. I used Sample Robot for this, and this was so much work. Okay, it was probably way less work than the people who actually got all of those out of and recorded them all by hand. But basically, imagine, I can just pull this up real quick. If anyone has UVI Falcon, you might know this stuff. Like in a couple of like Contact libraries and a couple of UVI libraries are like the recordings of actual analog synths. Right, and then they might have something where it's like, for example, here JP Legacy, and then there's like, I think the Mercury 80 is like, so this is supposed to be like maybe the 8080 Roland or something. But there's like this unison saw here that sounds real nice and real warm, and this has been multi-sampled from a C0 to a C7. So I've taken those sounds and many others from all kinds of synths and then just put them in here in 8 different samplers. And if you move this knob, this macro that just says super, it goes from one of them, that's just a not really detuned saw, to mixing in all these other ones. And it sounds awesome. But that's not everything. So first of all, that is a nice super saw sound. I think I can make this output just a little bit louder. There are other things you can do here. So there's a little vibrato control over here. So that's nice, you can do that. There is a built-in so all the samplers have this built-in FM and AM oscillator, right? So you can use that, which does some very fun stuff. I'm gonna reduce everything back to just the initial single saw. If I increase the FM strength here, it does something, and it sounds kind of different now, but not a lot until you change the fine tune. So that's pretty neat, and this happens to all of these, by the way. So now if we bring the stack back in, so stuff can become like really modulated and like moving with this, which I really like. And then this is also kind of neat. I wish more plugins kind of did something like this. So my idea here was, over here you got control over like the pitch envelope and how fast it is. So that just does this kind of stuff. Like, pew, or from the bottom upwards. Right, regular stuff, we all know that. I'm gonna turn on all the other samplers here. Like, that sounds nice. That sounds like something I would probably use in like a future-based song or something. It sounds sweet, but what if the envelopes here that are causing the pitch to go up were at different lengths, like different speeds, for each of these layers? So like some of them are slower, some of them are faster. It sounds great. So this is all of them at the same tempo. And then if we spread them out, I'm gonna spread them out even harder. Even more. Hehe. It's almost like the THX logo thing where it like slowly drifts into place, sort of, because it's coming from like different, with different speeds. Right? It sounds like some sort of reverb thing. I love it. It sounds so majestic. So that is a cool thing, I thought, and I wish that that existed more for synthesizers, for like certain synthesizers. I don't know if Softtube was that, but let me just move over to talking face to face now. I don't know if Softtube did that. Also, now I can read the chat. But I think there's a VST plugin somewhere where it sort of does that for the different voices. Where, like, if you have a 16-voice polyphonic thing, there's a different envelope for each of those voices for, like, modulations or things like that. Ooh. I need to change my thing. Stream status poor? Oh, no. Is it okay? Does it sound alright for y'all? Yes, I do. Because I was recording video, so I have it in 4K. But if it looks okay, yeah, just start it. That's fine. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just ignore this yellow warning that YouTube's given me then. Posture check. Nice. All right. Make the sound, man. Okay, I have like one or two more things in here that are nice. That are like cool to show. So I'm gonna go back to everything kind of how it was before. And if we do like a long sustain type thing. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of like general drift here too. That's neat. With more spread, it gets even more weird. And I think that, then again, sounds very weird with the sort of FM thing that's going on here. I'm gonna add more delay, a little bit of reverb. Oh yeah, that filter here too, so we can have it like do a little bit of this. Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot. I forgot to switch it back. Thank you for letting me know. So yeah, you got a little bit of, I know this UI sort of that I try to come up here with isn't ideal, but I tried. So like these all give you control over all the 8 samplers, main controls, like the filter cutoff and everything, and it kind of works. So you can like, this is the filter envelope for all of them, the amp envelope for all of them, so you can change stuff however you want. And what I was saying is, so I reduced it back to just the one voice. And there is this drift. It goes up and down randomly. And then we also got the spread, which is just the simpler has it too, the little spread thing, where it like kind of turns it into multiple voices, but like detuned. And then the drift kind of modulates all of them differently. And with both of these, now the FM kind of does a really cool thing. You know, every new note I play while like holding other notes gets this little bit of pitch movement, filter cutoff movement, where it like comes in and out. So I'm gonna keep holding that, and then I'm gonna press. Yeah, right, a little Blade Runner-y. And at any time, we can bring in all those other voices. Like, you felt that, right? It's just like came in slightly. I think I could link that. Ha! If I link this to... Let's just do one more thing. If I link that to if we do like expression control here, and then have the mod wheel. So mod wheel's gonna modulate bipolar on the here filter frequency. Cool. So I can control that with it, and that's like all the way up like this. And then same thing, also mod wheel, bipolar modulate. Oh no, stay like this. For the super knob. And now I was going to see if that would work. If I'm messing around with this, and it's kind of like... So I'm holding down that whole chord again. Oh, that was not a nice note. Alright, all the notes are in place. And now let me just move the mod wheel up. Ooh, it should be a little less on the filter frequency. So that we can hear when it's down here how it is. Do I need to do this for this? Oh no, super is on 0 like this. That's neat. Yep, that's the pitch bend, and it works. Maybe a little bit of slow drift from the vibrato. Sorry, I'm just... Oh, that sounds so nice. The only downside is that because of the samples used for this is like a half a gigabyte of samples just for this one instrument. Because it's like, if you look into it, it's 8 samplers, and each of them is filled with. And each of these samples is just, I tried to keep it short, 5 seconds long, but it's still a lot of samples. But it does make it sound real nice, and I also found a way around the problem of, you know, when you have a sampled instrument and you press the keys over and over, it kind of sounds the same every time, right? Like, because it just plays the same sample from the start. Since these are all just like sort of waves that don't do anything, it's just like a super saw that is just continuous, you can just randomly start anywhere in the sample and then just loop it. So then it'll always sound like a little bit different, and you don't get that repetitive kind of effect. Except if you want that, that's cool too. Let me have a look at the chat, because I was completely absorbed in this supersaw for a second there. Super slight attack on the envelope. Oh no, you're talking to each other. All good. Right? That sounds so cinematic. Yeah. No, it's not a serum patch. I've been really going towards doing more stuff with just Ableton stock. And just to see like what you can do with that. Christian, what was your question? Oh, Deviate. Hi. How you doing? What anime have you been into lately? I haven't had that much time lately to watch any anime. I'm doing the album. Got priorities. Are you gonna get a second monitor sometime so you're not just like stuck on your laptop? Yeah. I think at some point later this year I'm build like a studio, because right now it's just like this kind of bedroom situation here, and then I want to see if I can have like a nicer setup. Right now even the speakers are on different heights and very uneven, but it's fine. So many people. This is nice. I hope everybody's having a good evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you're at. Where are y'all from? Chat. Let me know your general location. Just country. Country's fine. You don't need to dox yourself. Oh, Australia. Finland. Portugal. I'm gonna come to Portugal soon. That's awesome. Hi, Lennox from Germany. The desert. Night Vale, probably. I'm coming to Seattle, I think, later this year. Uncrustable. Yep. Sorry, I saw some people ask some questions, and now everybody's saying where they're from. Also, hell yeah, Mexico, let's go. Indonesia! Ah, that's where my Machine 56 stuff is from. There were some questions up there, and then I asked the "where's everybody from" thing, and now they just got like bumped up. I'll just have a quick read through those. How do you make a deep vocal in? You hear that in your Rumble remix? I think that was just pitched down with the formants corrected in Ableton. Maybe a little bit of bit speak. That usually keeps it crunchy. Do you think you'd get into developing Max for Live plugins in the future? Don't have the time. Maybe way in the future, once I'm like done with touring. But I don't know, maybe 10 years from now or something. The last video with the Rex made it WM. Got you started with Ableton. You've been using FL for 5 years. It'll be rough, but it looks worth it. Here is a really good tip, by the way. If you switch DAWs, or if you like learn any new software, honestly, just have ChatGPT on the side, and if you can even give ChatGPT like the PDF of like the manual of the software as reference, and then whenever you have a question, just ask it, and that'll just be like your co-pilot. I did that with Cinema 4D the other day, and it was so much less frustrating, because I'm not great at Cinema 4D, but just with the ability to like immediately just ask it via voice, and then getting like a step-by-step instruction on like how to do something in Cinema 4D was great. And I think Computer, oh yeah, I gotta credit him, he told me that he is learning Bitwig that way right now. And yeah, and he loved it, so yep, try that, it's great. You do programming? What languages? I did a bit of like contact scripting, which is just like basic logic stuff. I never looked at like C+ or JavaScript or something, but I kind of know how it works. I'm gonna finish this Uncrustable, and then we're gonna make some sounds in Faceplant. Oh, how is Val doing today? I'm doing good. I got my hair done recently. I'm glad everybody likes it. I got an Uncrustable. How does your VJ work with you on stage? That's a good question. There's a she did a couple of reels about this too, but it's basically like I'll tell her the rough set list before every show so she can arrange her Resolume file accordingly, and then she triggers the visuals with her controller. And basically, like, if you've ever used CDJs or a DJ controller, and you know how you got like your hot cues and your tempo fader and the volume faders for chopping, like that's literally what she's doing there. If the visual's a little too fast or a little too slow, she can nudge the tempo in real time to get it on time, basically beat matching, and then different faders will be on different channels with different video clips, and then she can like literally chop between different visuals, just like I would chop between two rhythm tunes or something, which is crazy. Do not vote Trump. I just saw that. Whoops. The stream's still there. Accidentally closed my page. How do I get back? Ah! What did I do? Jesus. Oh, now music starts playing. I feel like an old man right now. Oh, there we go. Everything still works. Alright. Favorite sound design in Faceplant. Maybe we can have a look at that. I'm just gonna save this real quick here as a rack. I'm gonna move this in here, I guess, so that it's part of the rack. I'm gonna keep that big so I'll know that it's there and that it does things. And then I'm gonna just reset everything here to sort of where it's supposed to be, and then I'm gonna save this, and then we're gonna have a look at Faceplant. -30, post comp, start with off, start with this low, this up, this down. Oh, it's drifting still. There we go, perfect. Safe. Damn. Yep, that's a lot of samples. I'm do a collect all and save too, and then maybe I can put this on Patreon or something. But this would 100% be free, because those the raw recordings of just the notes out of the hardware synths, I didn't make those, so maybe it would be okay to give that away as a free thing. Alright, so yeah, I got a lot of stuff today done for the album, which is why I was like, hey, I can just maybe do a live stream and just make absolutely ridiculous setups in Faceplant, which is fun. We can also, I was kind of just like trying to remake that type of Skrillex and Hamdi push, that type of sound, and I found some cool methods how to do that with Faceplant. That is pretty easy. If you have been making rhythm for a long time, then this is going to be boring, because square waves, right? But it's actually really neat, and you don't necessarily even need a comp filter or anything, but it does make it crazier. So, what I would do, and I like that you can arrange stuff like this here, is make one analog with a square, and then under it, under the envelope that sends it out, you can add more oscillators, and you don't hear them, because this only goes downwards. If there's like another envelope down here, or another output, then we could hear these two, but we can use them to FM. So I can say, hey, you, go phase mod up here. I hope this isn't too loud, or like too abrasive, because it is, ow, high frequencies. Let's put this on like a little higher harmonic, and now we got, yep, sounds good. I'm gonna play that an octave lower. So that's neat, and then maybe we could have oscillator 3 here, FM oscillator 2. Let's just put you over here. That's already pretty neat. So there's already like a lot of cool little sweet spots in there. And and you can play around with that. But let me make a little rhythm that we can play around with, and then a sub under it, and then it's gonna be fun. So let's see. I'm gonna put a gain over here, and I'm gonna load up an LFO that's gonna be controlling our volume. So I just wanted to like only modulate in volume right now. So mu here, go over yonder. I'm gonna be controlling that. Works. And then maybe another LFO over here that is way slower, like maybe a bar long, like this, and that is controlling the speed of this LFO. So maybe just this left number, so we can go between 1/16 and 4/16, which is a quarter note. And now if we go in here and make a little thing like wow, 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 I think kind of like that. That should. Nice. So by having this be quantized, like this number here can only be, and you can kind of see that as soon as you hover over it with your mouse, you can kind of see how it says LFO +3 and then 1 to 4. Oh, you can't see that. There you go. This is kind of neat, so you know exactly in what range one thing is modulating the other. Plus, this is another reason why I love Faceplant. If you are assigning this, like, hey, I'm assigning this LFO to change the rate over here. If I click here, and then I do a right click here, then this thing opens up, right? And I can type in how much, like usually this is like a percentage value or something, but instead you can also down here just type in, hey, I wanted to modulate it so strong that it goes between 1 and then you can type in something here, 4. And then no matter what percentage number that is, it'll just make it work so it goes between value A and value B that you've just set. So that's neat. So now we've got that. I'm gonna just make sure that these always trigger from note on, just in case. Sometimes it likes to change that. Oh, facts. Somebody says me. Write that down. Write that down. Let's also make one for the pitch, just like a long one, kind of. So this one's also gonna be 4/4, and then I'm gonna be like have fun with this. So you can now you can double click in these now immediately to add more points. If you hold Command, it snaps to the grid in the back. Also great. So I'm gonna have this bipolar so that it goes from high to the center where it would be like original pitch. So and then no, and then maybe a little lower. Something like that. This is bipolar, right? Okay. Oh, here I can show you again. So I'm assigning this LFO to the master pitch. Left click here, right click here, and now instead of changing this, I can change this, and I can see, oh, okay, now it's making it go from this negative amount of semitones to this positive amount of semitones. If I just want it to be between -1 and 1, I can just right click here and type 1. And now if I look at it again, it's -1 to 1. Perfect. I have no idea what that's going to sound like, but let's hear. Almost. Let's, let me make this a bit bigger. I wanted like... Nah. Kinda. Yeah, that's okay. You can also right-click these now and change them from like smooth to not smooth, which is also neat. I think this guy just has to come down faster, like, hey, exponential please. Fine. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Next. Oh, I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Anything important? Mod maxing. Next one, sine wave. for the sub. And here's, oh, this is also going to be awesome. You're going to love this. So first of all, this is now also following our, like following the pitch and following the gain automation from up here. But I'm going to have this go out to lane 2. So that's, it's going to have its separate output here. And so the sub should just be on. It should still do that pitch movement, but it's not getting the volume automated. We'll get there. Or I might just copy this over here. You can hold Option while you copy an effect or a thing, and all the routed modulations get copied with it. And then our main sound goes into lane 1, which goes into lane 2. But lane 2 is where the sub is getting this. So this is going to go to lane 3, and then this is going to go to lane 3. So this is the main lane, and this is the sub lane. Now for the cool thing. I want like a buzzy top end on my sub. So I could say, hey, let's make a noise oscillator. Yep, that is a noise. Make a white noise, stereo, random maybe even. Let's delete this output envelope, but instead add a filter to just have the high stuff left, kind of like this. Then, under the sine wave for our sub, I'm gonna name this sub, we're gonna click here and add an aux. And then you can connect the output from the filter with the noise to the input of the aux, and after that, click again and add a distortion. Now you have crunchy sub. And if we feel extra fancy, we could link this wobble, the LFO that does all the movement to the level here. Neat. So now we got that. This pitch mod is a little goofy, maybe a little less. That's neat. Cool. Maybe it's a bit much with the noise. A little less. Alternatively, could just turn it down here. Cool. So far, so good. Now, obviously, it's about finding the sweet spots here with the... And wouldn't that be nice if that was moving, right? That sounds kind of neat. So, oh yeah, this is gonna keep twitching like this. I'm sorry, this might be a little hard to look at. So we could modulate the level of these. Which sounds great. So that's one option. Or the phase, literally just this phase control here, not how much it's being phase modded. Like you hear how it sounds the same at negative 180 and then positive 180. What if we had a just like saw wave modulate through that? So let's just make a quarter note saw up LFO here, bipolar, and put you here. Great! Now you're making rhythm. Ideally here, you could do something like for A, make sure that this sort of modulation here goes between negative 180 and positive 180, so the whole range. But then maybe this macro is gonna be controlling how strong this LFO is. So because a little, like too much might turn into, could become a little messy, especially down here. And a little less, oh yeah, today's just gonna be weird ass sounds. Like this is kind of basic right now with the rhythm stuff, but I'm just gonna make weird noises later. Like we're just gonna put like 15 sine waves in a row or something. So I like that. We can also do that to the other oscillators, like these the modulators here that we don't hear but that are affecting the square wave. And I just like looking at it because it looks kind of funny if all of these are like moving forward, sort of like this. It's a little mesmerizing. It's a little twitchy. I'm sorry that it's so... it's because I'm modulating the thing here. If I turn this down, that's a little bit better. And that looks kind of cool. So that is not CPU intensive at all, by the way, because I just saw someone's asking that. So now we have this, which is neat. We got our sub separately over here. We could distort it a little bit. But I made this little snap heap thing. That is Rhythm Companion. So there's a couple of things in here. Most importantly, 2 resonators, either on like positive or negative, and then also comb filter over here. And this is sort of also like there's an LFO in here as well that you can link to things. I'm gonna just have this be on quarter notes for now. So here you can kind of select, hey, I would like a negative comb filter, so, and I would like it to have that much decay. And this is the offset from, so it does key track. And then this is sort of the offset from the key. So that direction here, but like slightly down. Eee. And then you can mix in the comb as well, just for extra flavor. Negative is better, I feel like. And then the decay is a bit long, maybe. Neat. So far, so good. Ooh, positive resonator. That's better. Nice. Okay, and then lane 3 is sort of like where both of these come together, right? So here I might add another snap heap where I have made VR all-in-one, which is another crazy thing that contains like my version of reduce ambience and OTT, but in multipass is sort of my attempt here. I will either give these out on my Patreon soon, or make like a huge pack anyway with like kilohertz with the presets or something, if I can get these all done. But basically you got reduce ambience and OTT, a little bit of distortion I think here, and then this is just how much sub, and there's a little echo in there. So perfect for your rhythm needs. And then I think if I'm gonna just turn the echo on here and turn this one off so that we can hear, like you hear that little bit of tail. Also, oops, sorry, this is pretty loud, right? I'm very sorry. So you hear the little bit of echo, and then this reduce should kind of make that go away. It also made everything brighter. That's not supposed to happen. Why is that? Turns up the mix here, which is right, and turns up the release there. That's okay. But why does this? This does it separately for the mids and the sides. Is there? I guess. Why so harsh? Is there like a gain, output gain? Oh yeah, output gain is way higher here, or input gain is way higher here, and the output gain doesn't compensate. Ha. Okay. See, that's why I'm not giving these out yet, because they're not perfect. They're not fully done yet. And then the OTG does the OTG thing. Widen is a little crazy because it like splits it up so that the side signal gets OTT'd separately and then added back in. So that does make it really wide. Sweet. And sub. And then you kind of just want to play around with the... Yep, all of that. And that. And that. Let's bring the pitch bending back in. A little messy. Maybe if the resonator decay the resonator decay was linked to this LFO too. Jesus. And we can link the widen to this too. And the drive. Neat. Okay. Sorry for like getting hung up on the sound for so long. I'm have a look at the chat real quick. I was about to get some sleep and you had to go live. I'm sorry, you can still go to sleep. I'll keep this online. I'll keep this online in my chat, so it's okay. OTT2. It is 5-band, so it is a little improved, I guess, but I don't know if it's actually improved. Bro gotta propose to a square wave. Yep. Can you make some higher audio bitrate or change audio codec in your broadcast software? Oh, does it? Is the audio quality? Or is it just because it's rhythm and you think it's? No, it's supposed to sound like that. Didn't you know? I fly out to Japan tomorrow. Any suggestions where to go? Definitely Tokyo. And if you're out there, try Indian food. For some reason, Indian food in Japan is just crazy good. Makes no sense, but wow. Saw your show at the Back Bar in Hamilton, New Zealand. Dude, Back Bar in Hamilton. Yes, Milky. Dude, that's when... Dude, that is... I have memories of that. They put you in this hotel for if you play Back Bar in Hamilton, and the hotel's kind of creepy, but also kind of vibey. Like, when I was there, I think 2017, that might have been with Dave Doubloads, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember that this whole hotel, it looked like there was just one guy working there at the front desk who kind of looked like Dracula, but like as a hotel waiter, sort of. So he looked like kind of thin, he had this black suit on and hair, and then me and Doubloads were the only two people there, it seemed like, and the rooms are like, the ceilings are super tall, you don't get a key card, you get a key with a little like fabric thing on it, the doors are massive, and then eventually like I get a text from him like, hey, do you hear children's laughter in the hallway? And I was like, yeah, this is kind of weird. And then the toilet in my room wouldn't flush, so I called the front desk and was like, hey, can you fix this? And I swear to God, the same guy who was at the front desk was now wearing a handyman outfit and was now fixing the toilet. I think it's like the only guy who works the entire hotel and he does all the jobs just by himself or something. Yeah, this just turned into a little bit of story time. Something new that will come on the album? No secret. Let's go back to Faceplant. Let me just save this real quick. Be a standard womp. I made another cool one. I made like a... Is this square4 starter? Because Yep, great. That sounds awesome. Like the other day, I made a thing where it's like two of those sort of in a row, and you can just randomize and you get a new patch every time. Let me just find that real quick. It's kind of really cool. Here, Faceplant square4 factory. Oh, maybe it's just this one. Let me see. What's your favorite BPM to work in? To be honest, recently it's been like 180 or 200, so basically like 90 or 100. Anything good with the screen? Everything okay? Base pack 4? Maybe. Like, I mean, I'll definitely make another. Oh yeah, the Reason Rack, I have it. I just haven't installed it. Yeah, the Reason Rack, I do want to mess with that. Especially base pack 4? What? Where did you see that? Huh? Oh, here? Not just square4 or something. No, what I made this thing here where like the idea was that there is a faceplant and then all this stuff linked to be randomized, and there should even be a little bit of the plug data NASCO's spectral compressor, which is great. Okay, let's see if this works. If I hit, the idea is if I hit R, it should just create a new sound. It works. Yeah, and this thing's, that's fun. So it's just like all these parameters where it's like, hey, like all these harmonics sound kind of good, like all the even ones only. So I made a little remapper here so that if you move the ratio macro here, that should control, that like connects to there, and it doesn't work if you've mapped them to a thing here. But basically that just generates you, picks random ratios for the FMing, picks random phase positions, a random speed for the LFOs, and I even want to make it so that it's not just a square wave or a triangle wave that it's working with, but it's like a whole wavetable, and you can just pick a random position and then do something with that. Someone said something about Nexus and Guitar Rig. So I did play around with guitars the other day, and let me see real quick. I'm just going to open it from here. User library, and then guitar. There we go. So I tried to make a patch in Serum that kind of sounds like a clean electric guitar. It's kind of the idea. And then running that through Guitar Rig to make it sound like a actual guitar, or actually like distorted guitar. So I'm gonna do the clean one first. Might have to make my output a bit louder. Oh, minus down. So this is the Serum patch, trying to sound like an electric guitar. A little bit, I guess this distortion isn't completely real. So there's like a lot of little things going on, like also how like if I press slider, it's like sounds a little bit different. I also try to like sort of fake how, you know, when you play an electric guitar, if you hit a low string real hard, the pitch kind of goes bing, like it goes down a little bit. So there's a little bit of those imperfections in there. And then, so I used 2 samples of like just a guitar, like, and put those into the wavetables. I literally just went like library all and just put in guitar, and then filter sample one shot, and then that's one of these 2. And then I just went, okay, what similar samples do I have here? Nope, that's a chord. Yeah, but basically I just went through that and was looking for single notes, single guitar notes, and then I just put 2 of them in here. And then there's a little bit of this guitar pluck noise here, but now, once we run this through Guitar Rig, I will turn down the volume a bit. This can be way louder. I left this on pretty chill. aggressive, I know. I did have a better result the first time I tried it, and I forgot to save it. So I'm gonna do a couple more tests just trying this out. Because then I thought, what if instead of a serum, I just use this an Ableton sampler and just load a lot of different single notes of like clean guitars in there, and it just randomly picks one. Randomly one for the left and a different one for the right channel. And everything else kind of the same. So that kind of ended up sounding like this. So that's just these two samplers filled with a few, just these one-shot samples, and it just picks a random one every time. Doesn't play them all at once. And then second one is on the other channel, and then both of them go in here, and this is a really chill setup right now. But I guess if I got rid of that delay and of this, we could... Oh. Why is the release so long? I've probably done that, right? The sustain? Hey. Oh, it's just this. Okay. Because I want to distort this real hard just to see what this would sound like as a metal guitar. Let's go. We can do better. I'm gonna just have it give me a random metal preset. Not too bad. Yeah, some are meh, some are good. Oh. Oh, that's pretty good. But obviously I'm playing this on a keyboard, so it's not like how a guitar player would play usually. I'd have to adjust that a little bit for that, but I'm happy with what this sounds like. But I can show you something cool I made with this. Let me just see if... Is it guitar fun? Is it just that? No? Ah. Jesus Christ, I always forget how I name my things. Random drum rack with pitch map? Nope. I'm just gonna have to do the good old search. And in the meantime, I'm gonna switch to Facecam and have a look at the chat. Oh, hey, Vejos. Damn, almost 300 people. We've just been growing. Yeah, the clean guitar setup sounds nice. The sample track in your latest Ableton Rex video sounds beautiful, man. Please make something. Yeah. Oh no, I'll definitely. I have some plans. I was here when you played the show in China. I didn't come to the actual show, but I showed up in meet and greet. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That was so cool. I was in your advanced EDM production person for a short period of time last year. I asked about Chief 2 stuff. Ah, yes. I remember. You still sample TF2? I feel like I should at least once somewhere in the new album. I'm technically with a new ID. I'm sampling the same guy, on like by accident. It's just the same voice actor because I used the Storm Spirits. Let the fun begin, and I think either that. Yeah, I think that is also. What's his name? John Laurie. The sniper. Okay, let me find this project file real quick. Yes, I enjoyed EDC. That was nice. I was there for the whole weekend. Just got to hang out with a lot of friends and see some cool sets. Let me find this project real quick. Oh, vocal generator, vocals processing, guitar fun. Is it Guitar Fun? Because that's so... It might be Guitar Fun. Because 4 megabytes big. Still have my signed phone from when you did a little meet and greet in Champaign-Urbana, if you remember. Oh, that's so dope. Aww. Wait, someone's just posting my Wikipedia. I saw that. Make a video on Harmer. Actually, I have some cool stuff I can show you. We can look at Harmer in a bit. Let me just see if this is what I thought it was. Nope, this isn't what I thought it was. Different project file then. Dramatic, in serum, guitar. Let me just find this real quick. This is gonna be worth it. Join me in this, and trust me. Oh, cute band. Oh, it could be this. Yes, yes. Oh, there's a version 2. Oh, but that's not it. Should be this. Okay, let's see. Let me just read this up real quick. It makes me don't get close. Ooh, I need to try that. Have you heard the new Bring Me the Horizon album? Not yet, but now that I know of it, thank you very much. I'm gonna check that out. The Square4 Factory. We kind of went there. This stream will be available like on my channel afterwards, so you can check out all the Square4 madness. The factory is just multiple like of that rack all linked to the same button, so I can like export a lot of stuff very quickly. Okay, so here I have a little thing that I was working on, and let me just show you. So there's like some guitar stuff in here. And what I did, for example, I'm gonna just explain this, sorry. You're not gonna get it, I'm gonna take off the ozone. So I recorded some guitar, and I'm gonna make sure this isn't warped. So this is just like... very trashy. Just not playing to a click. Oh, M Sound Factory? Yes, that thing's crazy too. So I was just like frantically playing these little parts here, and then I put that into a slicer type thing. Oh, here. So I put that entire recording into a simpler on slice mode, Jesus, and then put an arpeggiator before it, and then it kind of sounded like this. So I thought like, hey, maybe this can just quantize, since every note is going to be sort of like a transient. Maybe it can just quantize my shitty playing for me, and yes, it can. And then there's some effects here. And these are all these synth loops, these are all from the Patreon pack with all those like randomly generated background things, just to like as filler. But it sounds really neat. And we got a little chiptune boy here, that's just a triangle, I think. And then it goes into some guitar stuff, and before you all are surprised, this is I think it's like half sample, half synth, clean guitar type thing, and then that through guitar rig sounds fantastic. I also did it with, did I do it with Serum anywhere? Like Serum through guitar rig? Nah, there's all these synths. Yeah, let me just play it. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And then in this part there's vocal, and I realized that I stole the lyrics and melody from a disco ensemble song that I heard many moons ago, when I was still in Germany, like probably 10 years ago, and I kind of want to ask them if I can like sort of clear that melody or something, because they don't exist anymore, the band. They're from Finland or something, Scandinavian, and I really like it. But so yeah, this keeps going here. Yeah. Portering. Portering to the audience. So something funny actually happened in here where it was just like shoegaze simulation. There was this fun little bit where, so remember how I put the acoustic guitar recording into the slicer thing here, right? And so one of them is set to through playback. So that means if you play a slice and it's on trigger mode and it's on through, then it'll just keep playing until it reaches the end of the sample, unless you trigger a different slice. So that sort of, oh hi Soundnix, that sort of made it happen that at the end here, when the last slice is played, it does the following. It just keeps playing. And I was like, that sounds kind of cool, so I like re-triggered it here. Just so that this sample just keeps playing in the back here, and it sounds kind of nice. Let me play it from over here. Yay! Yeah, Sullivan King collab. It's too loud. Thank you for everyone enjoying the vocal chops. I'm happy. I'm gonna be very nervous with some of those new songs where I'm singing on, but you're gonna be alright. I wasn't ready for that class at all. Oh, I see. Yeah, don't worry. How did your set at EDC and at the Armory work with the second person controlling the visuals? I mean, so she's always been controlling the visuals since like she joined Disciple, and then for like at first at the bigger festivals, she'd come and then she would do visuals for Willy, me for what's his name, Riot 10, Funcase, I think John 12 Planet back in the day and stuff, and but it makes it a lot easier if the VJ is on stage with you, because A, I am not as nervous because I'm not alone, and B, if I like change my plan halfway through, like which song I want to play next or something, I can just tell her right there, instead of maybe having to text her during my set and hope that she gets the message or something. So it's a lot cooler that way. How do you are to be of the cause to be to go are and to have of the? No. You just don't. No. Have you thought about releasing some of your old project files like Pray for Rhythm? That's not a bad idea. I should try and see which ones I can like revive in a way where it's like where everything sort of works, and then put them on the Patreon or something. That's a good idea. Close the browser tabs, I beg you. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna just switch back to this, so then you don't have to see them. I do want to show you all some more stuff too. And just see cute chords. Oh, I think cute chords is actually the promises, not promises, the emotional remix. Cute liquid drum and bass. What is cute liquid drum and bass? October 17th, 2023. Let's just have a look. Like going through project files is fun, when I also have no idea what it is. Room reveal when I have my studio. Thank you so much for all the music education, man. It means the world. No, yeah, thank you. I'm happy to help. It's very very selfish. I just want there to be more good music to listen to. Okay, this is just a very small thing. What is this even? Oh, this is a nice patch. More face plant. Oh yeah, the granular thing. Ah, you can make such nice things with the granular oscillator. What? Who's called your personal tranquilizer? That's fine. I think I spelt it with 2 L's, so it's okay. You can have the 1 L. Oh, hey, bass drop. Damn, we got royalty here. I have no idea what this is. Yes. Oh, that's so nice. And I know exactly what I copied here. Enter Shikari. From this album, The Pressure Is On. Let me just make sure this comes through on the stream audio. Yes, or no, it doesn't. Nope, that doesn't. Never mind. Check out The Pressure Is On by Enter Shikari. Is very close. Just the vibe. Check out the anti-real. Oh, okay. Why do you keep your sidechain trigger at -5 milliseconds? Yes, I can tell you. So, that is because, and you can't see this here, but I will make this visible. Management track controls, track options, ta-da! Oh, in this case I didn't have it, but usually I always have that. So the point of that is that my sidechain, which apparently I used to make this with an older version of Shaperbox, that isn't here anymore, but let me just do this. If you have, especially with dubstep, you have things that have a lot of sub and a lot of low frequencies. I'm just gonna make that here real quick as an example. And if you have a low sub like this, you already heard it there. I just stopped the playback and it created this little click. But if you sidechain, and your sidechaining is like immediate, then that might cut the... I guess the Shaperbox has sort of like fixed that by now. Still, you can kind of hear how it's like clicking sometimes. So to prevent that, I want to give my sidechain a little bit of a fade in, and actually down here you can see the milliseconds that this point is into this whole waveform here. So if I put this like over here, 7 milliseconds, no more clicks, and then I just need to move my sidechain MIDI trigger 7 milliseconds into the future, like early, so that it also triggers that curve earlier, so that it definitely is on 0 as soon as the kick and the snare, or kick and or snare hits. Yeah, oh nice. Is there a demo to Shaper Box? There's definitely some. It's gotta be. There's gotta be something. Check out their page. Do you think you ever collab with Jacob Collier or remix one of his songs? He's cool. I don't know what we would collab on. I'm not that jazzy, but maybe I could try. But making the music, I started with Cubase when I was like 11, but I also played piano since I was 6. Just don't let that stop you. Like, there's like people who picked up making music at age 30 or 35 or 40, and techno DJs that became famous who are 45 or something. Like, time doesn't really matter that much. And also, what matters most, and okay, this is going to be like a little advice moment. I saw this somewhere else on YouTube from someone else, talking about like the difference between talent and determination, and like how much drive you actually have that you want to do this. And think of it as like your skill level from like 0 to 10, right? And 10 is like fucking Skrillex. And then there's also like a drive level from 0 to 10. And if you have 10 talent, but only 5 out of 10 drive, then you're not going to make it as far compared to someone who has 5 out of 10 talent, but 10 out of 10 drive. That's just what I want to put out there. I hope that wasn't confusing, because English. What's your favorite cheese? What do you think about Tokyo Machine? He's cool. I like him. He reminds me of someone, but I don't know who. How do you get Drive, damn it? To sign up for Google Drive, just... Sorry. Okay. Let's just... I've been talking so much and not making a lot of sounds. Let's make some more faceplant nonsense, because I want to show you fun stuff. And because faceplant is awesome. And I think they are soon adding a filter shaper, which is... they're making it better and better. So, the granular thing is awesome too. If you just go on like Splice or somewhere and you just find like a vocal sample that's like a little, maybe just a single note. Something like that. There's a little bit of movement in it. Like, that's very static, but could also be cool. But something like that. Or that. Let's just put that in here. And then... Actually, this one's reverb. And it's Tory. Let's go. So, by default... That sounds very weird. I'm just like looping this tiny little bit. So, we gotta make it variate in position. And timing. Ooh, Jesus. So far so good. Let's give it a bit of release. I wish I could use Steinberg's Pad Shop, but I don't have my Eli sensor anymore, and I can't be asked to try and write 80s sound or virtual self ghost voices. So this is neat. Maybe if we give it warm start, then it won't have this fade in. So even closer. And my favorite bit is... Oh yeah, first up we can also have half of them maybe be reversed. Pan. Level. Oh, you don't need Eli sensor anymore. Oh, okay. This Oh, hell yeah. Okay, does Pet Shop work on Mac? Then I will try that. Oh yeah, and lastly, chord. What if we play the same melody with the chord on? Nah, we want to change this to octaves. And then the range, like, maybe just a tiny bit. So this basically now decides the chance of one of these little particles, one of these little grains to be an octave up. So I'm going to just hold down a note and then slightly move this upwards. Nice, even 0.05, but you can hear every once in a while. Neat. Oh, it's an AU. Maybe I'll try. I do want to see if we can get something interesting out of the granular boy over here, though, if we put in like a bass noise. Like, let's go to the Heavy Bass Design Volume 3 just for fun and look for a bass sound. Maybe, I hope this isn't going to be too loud now. This is a starter. So, and then maybe, let's just do that one. I just want to see what we can get out of that. This might sound a bit weird now. Oh yeah, I played, oh thank you, yeah, the Walk Away, that was like a big old edit with some other songs in there. Let's reset. Ooh, reset this all. Grain envelope shorter. Jesus. Let's turn the chord off. That's kind of fun. Have you heard of Culprit? Oh yeah, no, of course. I think, what was it, like the whole Deliverance album is incredible, and I think Helter is my favorite Culprit song. It's just Jesus. Alright, let's see what we can do here. If we can because, so what I noticed, and I wonder if I can do this here, because I liked this in Pet Shop, was that I could make a very, very small grain size. Like, you know, hear how it's like self-oscillating at this point. And then let's make an envelope and have this envelope control the position here. So it basically moves across the sample for us. So it kind of like, it should kind of just play back the sample for us, but we also got those grains happening. So let's see. Let's put this on, I guess. Huh? Positive? Then it's just going to play it backwards, right? The other way around. Can I make you... Hey! There you go. Okay, it shouldn't stop there. It should go a little longer. Sorry for the weird sounds. But you might have noticed how at the right speed it's starting to sound like the original sample again. There we go. Ooh. There we go. That's it. But now, so I'm playing a C3 right now. And it's just playing the sample back, right? I guess I can also adjust the grain size here. And now, if I play a higher or a lower note, I know comp filtering, you can sort of get there, but if I play a higher and lower note now, it's not actually changing the pitch, it's more like a formant shift. It also gets more messy. I wonder if there's a way. I wonder if there's a way how we can... Like, so this was the thing. In Pet Shop, you could sort of key track multiple things, like the grain envelope, maybe, or the grain length, and the playback speed or something. So that would be formant shifting. And that's kind of how that works in real life too, where it's like, if you pitch something up or down, usually the pitch shifters use like tiny grains, that they pitch up individually, and then the formant shift tries to keep certain parts. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go any further. I'm not gonna know what I'm talking about. I looked into it once. Let me just try out some things real quick. Okay, that just all sounds like whatever. But let me just try out one or two more things. So these all start very close together. Ooh. The timing variation is nice. And like the speed of this envelope now changes the pitch, which I think is funny. But can I get you to sound even weirder? Like if I play it back. Even smaller grains. How small can I get the grains? And how... I'm sorry, this sounds horrible, I know. Let's need to try. Also maybe... Oh, sync? Oh no, that's just sync to that. And then density, rate. Yeah, I guess density is what we want. Oh, this is both directions. Align phases. I haven't even tried that. Don't no idea what that does. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Position. Jesus. Okay, that just gets messy. I'm very sorry. That just makes it louder. Sorry. Oh, that's kind of cool. Right? Oh, what if it was an LFO instead of an envelope? Deviate coming through with the good ideas. Yes. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's speed that up. Is the grain envelope thing modulatable? It is. What if that gets a different LFO? Oh, we're getting somewhere. Okay, wait. Stop everything. We gotta do this right. Random. Smooth. At like a certain speed, but maybe we also want to link that to a macro so we can speed it up and slow it down. And then that controls this. And then we have a different random that controls this. From smallest possible size to like 40 maybe. And that's already pretty good. But maybe there's one more thing we can modulate. Grain size is possible. I don't know if there's any point in modulating the envelope shape. Deviate. Do you have any idea what else I could put a random LFO on for this? So far, maybe the actual tune. Yeah, maybe the tune. Let's try that. So you go on the semi-set, and just like here we do the thing again, 12. So up an octave, down an octave. Oh, it can also... Could probably do that too. I think that this can be longer too. Or should it be? I think this should stay shorter, but then you on bipolar are gonna go to timing. Aha. Why is it not doing what I think it should be doing? Is it position that does it? Yeah, I guess it's position that does that. Make another one. Put you on position. Ugh. LFO on the reverse percent. I feel like that wouldn't do too much. Let me take these off. Like, doesn't really... The pan's kind of nice. If it only does that sometimes. So that's good. What was that? Oh, the pitch. Also good. Let's do the pitch. Jesus. Ah. Hey, you're bipolar. Why are you on 0? Oh, plus minus. Oh, because it's plus minus 2. Okay, I see. No, then that makes sense. You stay like this. Yeah. I guess this pitch thing is a bit extreme. Ooh, oh boy, line phases. This is fun. Faster. Jesus. Let's run this through the this one just for processing a little bit. Okay, Space Mosquito. Yeah, let's see. What does Chad suggest? Put 6 OTTs on. Okay, we kind of have put on an OTT on it. It's also modulating unison detune. Oh yeah, I did that. Give yourself a bunch, make cool rhythm. I'll put in other samples too. Notch filter, sign distortion under. Pod racers. Yeah, right. Or a balloon losing air. Space Mosquito is best. Yeah, like a tonal delay could definitely sound good. Frequency shifting for the oscillators? No, I don't think so. Maybe that's what this is, the shift. Like that's by hertz, maybe. But I'm not entirely sure. So if there was like a resonator, then yes, we could make it like resonate. But that's kind of boring now. Like. Like that's fine. That's fine and good, but how do we harness the full power of this? This the position thing's just too crazy. Okay, let's try out a different sample though. Yeah, maybe that. Let's also put let's try putting a sine with it. So sine wave with you here. And let me just. That's cool. That's cool. So sine wave is about yay high. Maybe sine wave and this thing get similar pitch modulation. Where does pitch mod go? Here. So you go. Oh wait. Can just fix that by just going here instead. So that goes up and down about 5. So then I gotta play a low. This low F or G. I like how these grains are frozen whenever I hit a key. So that's a bit low here. So maybe get you up an octave. And then also let's run this through distortion. I feel like my laptop is starting to make noise. Is it? It's probably just all my tabs. Oh, and I forgot to switch back. It happens again. Oh yes, the distortion was definitely the move. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh yeah, position isn't being randomized. That is a big mistake. It sounds a bit crushy, right? But that's just, in this case, that's just the sample, I think. Let's try a different sound. Maybe not a bass sound. Just for fun, let's do a snare. Because there's a lot in the snare. Like a weird panny one. Yeah. I can't decide. Actually, pan snares there's better ones in Spicy Rhythm too. There we go, that one. How do I make you become less noisy and just like a little more organized? Maybe this has to be like longer in general, a little bit? Nah. Well, let's research. In science, sometimes you just gotta try it out and realize that it's not working out how you thought it was gonna work out. I like how this wave down here though represents like the mix of both of these together. It looks very nice and satisfying. I guess what is the speed doing of this? So that's really distorted. How do I get it to be less and like a lower pitch? It's just so noisy. Oh, more grains, but then those grains have to spawn like slower or more spread out. I guess maybe actually hurts this rate. Nope. Okay, I'm giving up. I'm giving up. It's fine. Well, that was that. But there's other really cool things we can do with Faceplant too. So let's see. So I really like how you can just stack FM stuff on top of each other, and sometimes that's just fun enough to make really cool waveforms with. Like, for example, if we have a saw, and yep, that is a saw. And then doing the thing where we put one under here, and then move you to FM by face mod. Maybe just leave you like that, but then let's duplicate this, and then this next guy. Wait, let me just. Actually, no, you can stay here. Then this next one is on 2, and now we get to add in like maybe 2 more. Or how did I do this last time? Did you also just stay on 1? Basically just using these to like create some sort of interesting shape up here. I guess it's not this. I guess I have to have you modulate you. There we go. So now we have these 4 ripples up here, because I've created a ripple in the oscillator that has created the ripple. So it's like becoming more and more ripply. I gotta make room for more ripples. So now spread this out. Maybe move the phase a little bit so I can see the ripples better. There we go. And another one. And you go to this one. And there should be 2 new ripples in the middle. Yay! And the quality of this is just... Yes, I've used FM8 back in the day. The quality of this is just what I love about this. Like, this sounds real nice and crunchy. This might also sound differently. Lag. Oh no. No. I can like pause and restart and hope that changing the resolution is gonna fix it. Is it okay? Is it doing okay? Okay. If I see a lot more complaints, I might just do the restart then. Alright, so we've made ripples. Maybe one more layer of ripples. So spread you out further, spread you out inside that. It's basically like a wave sculpting. It's like art. And then you go in here, and now we've got this going here, doing that. Maybe also shift you a bit in phase, shift you a bit in phase, and then up there. Beautiful. Quite the interesting waveform you got there, buddy. And this is real nice and crunchy. Yep, yeah. I'll play it. That needs to be monophonic. There we go, that's too long. Neat. I just want to know what that sounds like through a comp filter, real quick. Negative. Nah, not too crazy. But what if I'm just gonna keep this going. So you're gonna just move here. I can't hear any of them. And now here I might have a sine wave. And that'll be FM'd with all the results of this. I just have fun looking at these crazy wave shapes. That's all I need. Jesus. I feel like I can probably make something cool out of that. If this pitch bended like up and down an octave, like, and at the same time I was kind of doing that, you know, that could be kind of cool. So can I do this? Let's see. Can I MIDI CC right here, and then none move MIDI controller pitch bend? Does that work? Can I have the pitch bend control something? Doesn't really. Is there only when I hit a note? Can you not map the pitch bend? Oh, pitch wheel. There it was. It was right there. So pitch wheel is gonna control however strong. Oh, that just goes like that. I'll have to remap that, or no. Pitch map's gonna control how strong this whole thing is gonna be FM'd here, at the same time as doing the sweep. Okay, that's sort of what I was thinking of. And then if we have a oh no, this sounds like the Awooga siren. Jesus, that's not what I wanted to go for. Maybe we could do something like the like two parallel moving things or something. I wonder if, can I just do this here? Like, hey, you go out to both lane 1 and lane 2, and then lane 1 goes to 3 and lane 2 goes to 3, and here we have a filter and here we have a filter. And now they both start on opposite ends, and I'll have the pitch bend move you up. I'm gonna check in the meantime if this works, up to about here, and your resonance is also going to increase, and you're going to be moved down to about here, and your resonance is also going to increase, but you're also going to start with already a little higher of a resonance, both for you too, and yeah, kind of, and you start way higher, and you go, let's wonder what that sounds like. Neat. Make this unison, and let's just try 2 that are spread and detuned. If this guy goes a little higher, we should get more of a yai instead of a yoi. Not high enough. It's fun. This is how I like to spend my evening. Yes, I use... Oh, what speakers? What speakers do I use? I currently use Genelecs, which I never thought I would say, but they're really nice. I would just recommend you to get speakers. Don't produce just on headphones. That's all I would want to tell you. It doesn't really matter. Even you can do great stuff on rockets. Skrillex made Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites on rockets. So, on KRKs. So, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You just need speakers. That's all. I have some modular stuff somewhere. And we'll look at that in another Studio Time episode at some point. Okay, so that's cool, but... let me try and get this into something useful. Like, this is already something neat. But it's still a little intense, isn't it? So what could I do? Let me just first of all also like, I'm gonna turn that back off, make it just a little bit quieter overall. And I think one of the things is these are all... what if all of you were like an octave higher in terms of like your harmonics, you know? And then I'm just get rid of that for now. Because I want to try and get some like phase modi type noise. Oh, yep, I know this is still happening. All of this nonsense is still in effect. There we go. That's an F. Haha. Pair of Adam A7s for what? $100? Hell yeah, that's great. Ah. Dude, Adams are awesome. The A7X. When I build my new studio, I definitely just want to get a pair of Adam A7Xs just as like a reference pair. How? Yep, there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, we have FM'd enough. Let's do something more creative. So here are other cool things that I recommend doing with something like Faceplant, because since you have the option here, this is pretty sweet. Let's say we got 2 saws, and I'm gonna play this a little higher, so I'm gonna have like a little melodic type synth. No, that's like gonna have some release time. Actually, these can both be in the same group. Oh, everyone's awake now. So let's give this a little filter too. And filter gets a little bit of an envelope. That just like fades out. But then... cool. Make it pretty with delay. Also, I can recommend here, put the delay on 100% mix and put a chorus before it. And maybe a filter after it. Now you have a like modulated warm filter delay that you can mix in down here. But that's not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to do was, so as this thing here goes down, I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to have this modulate the pitch here, but downwards. Maybe that'll just be a sine wave that's like a little quieter, but maybe an octave up. And maybe just not that much, just a little bit. So it's like a falling star kind of, like a shooting star that comes up every time you let go of the key. Meow. It's so cute, I love it. And I just love these things. Like whenever I just have an idea where it's like, yeah, what would that sound like? It's just very easy to make in here. What's being made right now? Just pretty sounds. Not much. You can also import some samples. Wait, let me see. How do I do this? You can do a similar thing here that you can do with serum effects, with like running a bass, for example, through a self-built polyphonic resonator. So let me just think real quick. First, we gotta find the bass loop that we want to colorize with our own resonator. And we need to grab something from the Heavy Bass Design Volume 3. And, sorry if this is a bit loud, maybe turn it down. Let's just do that one. Load in, this little pink background. I don't know if that's a bug or, but that's neat. So we need this as a sample. And what I now need is I need this to play at its original pitch no matter what key I press. But it's not doing that right now. So we gotta grab a MIDI note and then just put this on the semi but in verse. Now, no matter what key I press, it's always playing it in the same pitch. Which is not the original, but there we go. So now it doesn't matter which key I press. And that means we can, in fact... Oh, we could just do this here, huh? Right? Make a filter here. That's like a really tight bandpass. Super tight bandpass. Right? Uh-huh. And now that key tracks. The question is this feasible as a like a colorization technique? So let's try. I'll probably have to turn down the volume of this quite a lot because we'll have to trigger the sample many times to make like a big chord. So let's do that and see if that works. So let's just do like an F minor. So F, C, G sharp, and I'm gonna go really high because we want like all those glossy high frequencies in there. That should be enough, right? That's enough notes. And let's hope that polyphony... Oh, yeah, okay, we can crank that real high. Okay, now I'm gonna bring this to 0, and then I'm gonna... Okay. Now let's link an input, like audio follower. So this gets the volume, right, from the input sound, or from this. And maybe that could control the cue. Kinda. Let's keep going. I feel like I didn't go down far enough because F0 is still absolutely valid. Maybe this one doesn't need to be there. Yeah, there's some low end in there now. Okay. This is getting somewhere. If the slope is not that big, then it's gonna be louder, right? Yeah. I almost feel like we need to double this up. Like 2 of those. Sorry. Sorry, that's just what happens sometimes. Sorry. Nice. Okay, that works. Let's make a... I do want to add like a few more just to see how glossy it can sound. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay. Okay, okay. Are we running? No, not running out of voices. Okay, now, also, just to prevent, like, too much in... Oop, I shouldn't have moved that. We can kind of prevent extreme results and, like, a little bit of this... Like, maybe we can kind of even this out by using the key tracking to determine which voices are louder and which are quieter. Because, for example, those high frequencies, I think, right, that's pretty loud, isn't it? Let's close this down. That's fine, but not too bad. So if I were to use the note key tracking here and I put this on the level, then I think this way around the lower notes should be quieter. Or the higher notes should be quieter. Yes. It's like a dampener, where the higher the note that's played, the higher the peak in this filter, the quieter the sample. What flavor am I vaping? Cotton clouds, cotton candy flavor. I wonder what would happen if we unison this. Ah, interesting. Ooh. There's gotta be a way how to make this stereo, but cool. Wait. Think. Yes. Nope, not mix. Aux. And then this from here to the aux, and then these duplicated down here with the same connections as before, and then this is pan to the left, this is pan to the right. Why is one louder than the other? Is it because of the... Oh, because the gain. -20. No, more. Sorry, we're being too loud. -30. -25. And you also... -25. Cool. Yep, now it's sounding... What did I... Did it wrong again? Oh, it's this. Right. It's just what that thing does. Yeah, okay, there we go. And now, these could slightly vary. So we could have this macro move this cutoff just slightly up by like 0.2%. Oh, let's just do the precision. Right click and say 0. Let's just do 1. And then you also 1. And then here, for these, -1 and -1. And now, haha. If it's spread too far, then it's weird, but a little bit of stereo width there. That plus the unison. Neat. If this is on hard, I can get the drift. Nah. Interesting. There should be a macro that's controlling the Q. So we have an overall control over the resonance amount. And then that goes down. And then this is... Ooh, I like this. I don't know about the... Oh, there we go. That's good. But I think sort of... it could still be cooler. Sorry that I'm just like so focused on this, and I'm not reading at all what anyone is writing or asking. It does not matter what genre you're making right now. I'm trying to breakcore immediately. No. Pitch might be taking 50% my CPU. Yo, who likes keygen music? Ha, that's funny. That was my old alias. Opinion on serum versus faceplant. It's hard to say. Like, it really depends on what you are good with. It's like, I don't know, like two different guitars or two different pianos or something. I don't know, it's hard to compare. Like, the difference in functionality sort of in features is like bigger between synths than with guitars usually. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. What car do you drive? Ha, I don't have a car. I know it's weird, right? I'm German, but I don't have a car. Makes no sense. Okay, let's get back to this. And I think there's still a way I can make this cooler. So my idea was that we have an extra output under this. Can I have this before? You know what? I'm gonna duplicate the sampler. And one of them gets into its... Can I just have you separate from the group, please? But we're gonna have to be able to reach that easily. So, just gonna make some rearrangements real quick. You here, cool. And then we can still see... Nope, wrong order. Because what I want to do is this one doesn't have the unison. Just goes out, still it doesn't do the pitch tracking type thing either, doesn't need to. Like, oh, yep, but we hear it, but I don't want to hear it. This is just supposed to go to the sideband, and then this audio follower gets the audio from sideband. Yep, and now the audio follower has to be like way more in charge of these resonances. Why so quiet? Okay, one reason is this, that you need to be the one that's linked here. But why so quiet? I'm gonna just increase this now. Virtual wrong? What? EP time. I'm getting EP. Okay, so far so good. I guess it's because this all... These shouldn't be drifting apart like that. That means it's playing at different speeds. That shouldn't be possible. Ha! I'll just leave it like this right now, it's kind of cool. Okay. So the issue here was you need to go down an octave, all of you. Nope. I messed it up. I broke it. There we go. That's the old. Right? It sounds a little bit like vocoder-ish. Chat is going... Chat is having a stroke. Bro, step, please. How long are you planning on streaming? I don't know. I've been streaming for a while, haven't I? Like, it's probably been too long. I can't see how long I've been streaming. Oh, almost 2 hours. Please use delay llama. Yeah, we can have a look at, let me see if I have the pictures. We can have a look at the Harmer. And then let me just have a look real quick. If in downloads, I should have this folder. Let me just see if I have this. Because I made some images with Midjourney to then run through here. Midjourney waveforms. Is this? No, this is just... I mean, that we can try that too. But making pictures with Midjourney to then run through Harmer's image type thing. Yeah, especially stuff like this, like high contrast stuff like that. Sounds great through Harmer's image thing. We're just gonna do that in a second. I just want to figure out what went wrong here. And this is too low. It starts messing up the playback. I guess It doesn't matter too much. Like, this shouldn't spread out like this. But whatever. Got this far. I'm gonna save this just as like work in progress, phase plant colorizer. And then I think I have one or two more cool ones I can show you real quick that I've been working on. Let me see, user. So, oh yeah, this was just some neuro-y type crazy noises, also featuring lots of FM. Let me play this at the right pitch. Basically, the idea here was just to make like sine compression type stuff, but it's more like triangle compression. I do not have a girlfriend. I just saw that random question and felt like I needed to answer that. So these can be fun. Filter table? Oh yeah, filter table. And it crashed. Because the beta. That's fine. Let me, while it's reopening, I'm just gonna look at y'all. You're a pro tool. Probably car radio stations. Yes. What's your favorite movie? Ooh, it's a hard one. I did really, but that's like Interstellar. That's too class standard. What did I really like recently? The house that Jack built, I still can't get over sometimes. That one's just crazy. Very bloody and fucked up though. Not a date movie recommendation. The second Dune was nice. I really enjoyed that. Oh yeah, I still have those barefoot speakers, but they are in LA, and I will bring them over here. Are you into Marvel/DC? I like watched most of the Marvel movies, yes, and I like all the big Batman trilogy, of course. It's just good cinema. Did you watch Barbie? No, not yet. I did watch Oppenheimer, but I haven't watched Barbie. Report a crash? Nah. We don't have time for that. Okay, so now happy face. Oh, great. That also doesn't work. Yeah, I made those with like the beta. I think that's why, because I'm trying to open it with regular face plant. Yeah, dude, the addiction is real, man. That shit ain't a joke. Your Ready Player One movie was ass. There's a book. What's your main in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Still, I can only play Kirby. I'm sorry, that's all. I never had the time to learn anything. Only know Kirby. And I'm not very good at Kirby either. Crunchrees? Ha! I keep jump scaring myself. That's a nice sound. Bend range up. So yeah, you can make cool stuff with. Oh, he's so loud. And more of that. This is just like stuff I've been. What are these called? 8K patch. Oh yeah, this is a cool tarot patch in here. And this is actually where the built-in frequency shifter here is pretty helpful. Like after doing, like putting like a weird pan snare into a convolver to have like weird resonances, you can still like shift it with Sorry, I'm gonna read a few more chat questions. Do you like furries? I do not dislike them, if they do whatever they want to do, as long as they don't bother anyone else. Where are the weird noises? Skrillex jump scare. Try to colorize something using parallel, soothe, and delta. Oh yeah, I've heard of that technique. I've tried it. Do you remember how you made the main bass and the second drop of computer music? That was a lot of processing, and then I exported it and then re-imported it later, and I don't know exactly, but I could have a think. Do you know good producers who don't know much music theory? I don't know how much music theory, for example, Skrillex knows, but he just has great intuition over, like, it's almost like ChatGPT, you know, where ChatGPT kind of knows which word is the next one that makes sense, sort of, for which character, and if you sort of get an intuition for which note, which note to play is like the next one that sounds like it fits and that makes sense. And obviously there is no one right answer, because it's art and it's very subjective. But having this feeling is something you can, I feel like, develop. Like, I think, yeah, Skrill GPT. I think, like, there's this thing on Adam Neely's YouTube channel about music, and it's this black and white video of Leonard Bernstein, I think, who is like who did a lot of research on music and with children and about like what music makes you feel, and he did a lot of really cool research, and basically it was just like one note by itself like doesn't carry a lot of emotion, but as soon as you like added second one, like suddenly there's some sort of feeling, some pulling, some sort of really hard to express emotion, but it's there is something sort of, and like he like goes in depth about that, and sort of if you go with your feeling and you play two notes, just one note and then any other note that's nearby, it's never going to be wrong. Like these two notes by themselves, like one and then one that's like somewhere nearby, can't be wrong. Even if it's even that, you can now, what is the third note you would want to add that kind of makes sense? And then ooh. So just sort of going by association, sort of. I'm gonna do again, and I'm gonna just go. Okay, so we got, and maybe. For some reason that just sounded so much like Linkin Park. Just that. Do you play any video games when you're not making music or touring? So usually, yeah, but I am a surgeon. But I've become so dumb. Jesus, oh my god, you got some good. You crack me up. Wait, what was the question? Jesus Christ. My ADHD is just. Huh? Yeah. No, I forgot what the question was. Oh, video games. No. So I haven't played video games in like the last half a year or something. And I usually play a lot of video games. Like, sometimes I play some random app stuff on my phone. I have a Switch and I have a Steam Deck, and I used to play tons of video games. I played Baldur's Gate 3, that was the last game I played. And I played it all the way through. Loved it. But since then, I've basically just been on Ableton. And that's sort of been, like, all day, every day. And it sort of feels like a video game to me, in a way, where it gives me the same kind of dopamine. And the same kind of chemicals in my brain, the same kind of reward. Just making something, like, because it's like a puzzle, and I like puzzle games. Like, I love Magnum Opus or what's it, Factorio or Satisfactory, you know, those type of things, and especially like Factorio with these like chains and chain react and like these processing chains you have to set up. That's kind of, it's very similar to the audio and MIDI effect racks where you like connect things and stuff, and it's. I don't know, it's just how I feel about it. There's probably one more cool thing I can show before. Serum Effects color bandpass. I was trying out to. Oh, vocoder color. Oh, vocoder color is nice. This has worked very well. Collab with Glorb. Medinus. Yes, I've tried Medinus. Like it. I like it. I think it could still be improved, or like some. I like the whole idea, and it's great. I think there's like ways to make that even cooler. I've played Minecraft. I played a lot of Minecraft back in the day. Oh, it's still loading. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's like a whole thing here now. I forgot that I made a thing here. So, the idea here is that I have a serum. I am a surgeon. And we got MIDI in parallel running into this rack to turn on these, where are they? These different things here. So here we got all the notes in an octave, and then here are all the different octaves as bandpasses, and these volume faders here are connected to the MIDI envelopes over yonder, and then that goes into an vocoder that only puts out like sine waves in those frequencies. Yoy, that sounded cool. Let me make a bit. You just make this sound less ass, because I had like played around with all kinds of stuff here, and then as soon as it started to sound real bad again, I stopped working on it. But basically the idea is we make a sound that's like, I'm just gonna make something that's like has like a range of frequencies with this bandpass. So this is being added. And we can, let me just see, I need to minimize some stuff so I see what the hell is going on here. So we have, you are connected to what? Musician source clip one envelope. Oh. Cool, okay, that just goes in there. Vocoder depth, filter bandwidth. I just have to orientate myself. Yay. Yeah. Sparkle. A little bit of echo. Oh, there's this thing that. Neat. So yeah, it's these using vocoders as resonators, and then it's also cutting like a little bit frequency content out of the dry bass whenever the vocoder is playing. That's this envelope here, which is way too intense, but it does the job. So the nice thing is this way, this should be reacting pretty dynamically to changes in the sound. Like if there was like, yay, neat. Where's that bit crush coming from? Is that, yay, that's nice. And this sounds really cool with the square. So since this is the version where I messed it up too hard, I must see if I can open the one right before that, and that one probably still sounds good. Chat, I am cooked. Am I cooked? What are your thoughts on ASMR? I like making ASMR stuff with actually we did that in one of the classes, just on accident. ASMR is cool. It's an interesting phenomenon. It's not just hearing, like touch. Also, if something touches you just like, you know, when your hair or something touches you just slightly, but it's like basically tickles you already. Or these little these metal thingies, this like massage thing for your scalp. That's all technically ASMR. That makes it so nice. How bad is Suno? I haven't tried it. Multiple vocoder around every different instrument on one chain. Ah, interesting. How to get a loud mix? That's what we all want to know. I'm just experimenting. Let me just see if this works. Ah, there we go. This one sounds good. Yay! It sounds so nice. Yeah, that's all vocoders doing that. And you can kind of see which notes are turned on by which of these green bars light up. And then it changes for the different chords. And then this is the MIDI that triggers the colorization. And then the dry patch just by itself is just this. But and I love retune, I love chroma, and obviously pitch map too. But what like still sets pitch map apart for me, and why I also like this method that I'm doing here, even though this is so unnecessarily complicated and hard to set up, and only sounds marginally different, is because I have control over like the whole keyboard. And in things like retune or chroma, it's just like this whole just one octave, and you can like select sort of the scale, but I can't say like, hey, in the lower octaves only go for an F, maybe a C, then the next F, and then in the higher octaves now you can pick all those cool notes. I guess you could do multiple chromas in parallel, like multiband. Actually, let's try that. Maybe, Jesus, maybe I just solved my own problem. Could have saved myself a lot of work. But yeah, come on, chat. That's the last thing we're gonna try today, and then that's gonna be it, because it's already 11 p.m. here. So let's try that. But also, yeah, changing the chords is a little easier this way too. With the, if you have that MIDI input, you know. But let me try something. Yeah, it doesn't go over 4K, does it? Or like, yeah, that's where it ends up. So we can send MIDI. So let's try something though. So this one, I'm only gonna do like from here to 500 or 400. Let's just do it till 400. And then I'm gonna have a MIDI track for that. You go to Serum and you go into this chroma 1. And then you're just gonna get this root note here that the bass is playing. And maybe the 5th on top, but maybe not even that. Let's just try this first. So that is... Yep, that works. And we can mute the rest, so that's also good. Cool. I'm gonna name these in a rack so that they're easier to find when I send the MIDI to this. Because then I see low, 1 chroma, that's that. So then for the higher one, I'm just gonna duplicate this MIDI and give this a 5th. All of these are gonna have a 5th. And that's gonna be for the one above that. This is fascinating. You're gonna be called mid. What or else? Put rebound on it. So this is gonna be mid, and that goes from start at 400. Probably type it in. Yep. And yeah, 1K. Let's just do it till here. Also MIDI in, but this time that comes from you. You go to mid chroma 1. I feel like you should already do the minor or major thirds. Like... Yeah, let's just do that. Sorry for being so quiet. Okay, and then one last one. So this one, now finally duplicate you one last time, and you are high. Then you go all the way up here, and you're gonna be at 1000, and then you can go through, and on the low this can go through, and then this last MIDI you get connected to, well, hey, high chroma, and then I'm just gonna drag this thing in there. That MIDI might have been a little extreme because I'm using like a lot of optional tones in this. So maybe just gonna remove all of these. Okay, nice. Now I'm kind of getting what I was looking for, because you can hear the because only the high frequency band chroma is doing that, while the others are playing like the rest of that chord. So that's neat. That's kind of what I wanted. Can we just have like a chroma with a full keyboard? That's dope. I want that. And then a way to shift it down an octave too. Sorry, just all the feature requests. Just gonna do a super hacky version, this on pitch. Three-band chroma. I'm just gonna save this so I don't forget about it. Yeah, chroma's way cheaper, but building your own is even cheaper. But no, you should support those people, because I love how creative they are, and I love the stuff that they put out, and how like accessible it is because of its low price, how useful it is because of the crazy stuff it does. And I feel like audio software and like the audio software development is one of the last sort of places where indie developer team, or maybe just one person like Steve Duda making a plugin can have a huge impact on an entire industry and how people make art for the foreseeable future, which I think is crazy. Reminds me a little bit of Angel Numbers by Uber. Really cool tune, you should all check it out too. Cool. That will be all for today. Thank you all for watching. I know this was very oh, chord progressions. We can do something on chord progressions. Since I'm teaching twice a week, one session on Discord and one in person at Slam Academy, you can look that up. I do a lesson on like chord progression and voicings, and especially in the online class, sometimes people record and send me the recording, and I want to edit down some of those because every lesson, every class is like 3 hours. So I just want to edit some of that down into like cool little clips with the most information, and then upload bits of those to my channel. I think that'd be awesome. What happens if you were a furry? I don't know. How can I know? What are these questions? Did you play Dota 2? I used to a long time ago. But I still like the samples. Which, here. There we go.
And then again.
Bear noises.
Get back.
Let the fun begin!
Good stuff. Yeah, Slam Academy. I do a advanced EDM production class. Don't join it if you don't know your way around Ableton, because it's Ableton only and it is like intermediate. They have Ableton like intro classes too, and they're incredibly affordable, especially if you compare it to other similar services like Icon Collective or something. Quit vaping, Val. Yeah, this year. This is the plan. Last year I quit drinking. This year I quit vaping. That's the plan. Alright. Everybody have a good night or morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. Oh, Madrona Lab Sumo is crazy. Yeah, I tried that. We could have a look at that next time. Alright, everybody. Bye-bye.